Hey guys, so we are doing the next topic from module 3, which is three-dimensional figures. So three-dimensional figures, there are two very important observations in terms of the criterias, which is prism and pyramid. And then we will apply the basic formula to other three-dimensional figures. So let's start with the first one, which is prism. The identification of a prism is very simple. The walls are straight up, parallel, which is a flat base and a flat top. And now depending on the base shape, the prisms will be categorized into different varieties. If the base is a hexagon, you get a hexagonal right prism. If the base is a triangle, you get a triangular right prism. If a base is a circle, you get a circular cylinder, right circular cylinder. So that's how the names are based on the shape of the base. But the biggest identification is walls are straight up. They are parallel to each other. Now, coming to the formulae, the first one is a volume. Volume of a prism is given by a generic formula, area of base into height. Volume of the prism is given by a generic formula. This is something you are going to remember, area of the base into height. Remember this. Then the surface area. Surface area is categorized into two types. One is called as the lateral surface area, which are the walls around, that is front, back, and left, right. That is called as a lateral surface area. And then there is something called as a flat surface area. So flat surface area is going to be basically the top and the bottom. So two types of area: flat surface area, top and bottom, and lateral surface area, the walls that are around the figure, front, back, left, right. You calculate both the areas separately, and you add them, and that's how you get the total surface area. That's what prism is all about for you guys. Then the next one is pyramid. Pyramid, simple identification: the walls will be tapering towards the top. Walls will be tapering towards the top. Again, depending on the shape of the base, you will have different types of pyramid available as a example. For example, the first one, you will have hexagonal pyramid, hexagonal right pyramid. Then you will have triangular pyramid, or you will have circular pyramid, which we also call it as right circular cone. Now, same things here as well. The formula for volume of the pyramid, that's a generic formula. Area of the base into height remains the same. You're gonna just add one additional part to it, which is 1/3. So the formula for volume of the pyramid is 1/3 into area of base into height. 1/3 into area of base into height. Just area of base into height, same from prism ka volume. We are just adding 1/3. That's a generic formula. Remember this. Then there are two more formulas as usual: surface area and gonna be surface area will be two types: flat surface area and lateral surface area. Suppose one example, we consider a right pyramid. So flat surface area is area of the base only, and lateral surface area is the walls that are around here. And when you calculate that, what it turns out to be n into area of each triangular face, and that turns out to be semi perimeter into slant height. So this is another formula that you are going to remember: semi perimeter of the base into slant height. The h is not the normal height, it is a slant height. So for any pyramid, the lateral surface area ka specific generic formula you are going to remember, which is semi perimeter of the base into slant height. Remembering these four formulae: volume of prism, volume of pyramid, surface area के दो type, flat and lateral, the understanding what lateral what flat is, and for pyramid, what is the generic formula of lateral surface area, which is semi perimeter of the base into slant height. Knowing these four things, you don't have to by heart any single formula of any of the three-dimensional figures. You can derive them as far as the requirement is concerned, and that's the best part, folks, about all these concepts. So let's start with the main exercise now, basically the formula of surface area and the volume. The first figure, as you all can see, is a cube, and if I ask you to categorize that, clearly you will say it's a prism because the walls are straight up, they are parallel, they are not tapering. So because it's a prism, we know the formula for volume of the prism is area of base into height. In the base you can see there is a square, area will be x square, and the height is also x, and hence the volume of the cube becomes x cube. This is the main reason behind this. Then there are surface areas, two types of surface areas. Lateral surface area is four walls. Each of the wall is a square again, having area x square. Four walls having area 4x square. Flat surface area, top and bottom, again two squares, again 2x square. Addition of lateral flat gives you total surface area which is 6x square. So as I promised you, if you remember the generic formulas of prism and pyramid, no need to buy hard any of these formulae, you can derive them. The second figure is a cuboid, which is a big brother of cube but a different dimension, LBH. Again volume, it's a prism only. Area of base into height. In the base you see a rectangle, height is h, LB, h is the volume. This is the reason. Lateral surface area, front, back, left, right, four rectangles, area will be according to that 2 times L plus B into H. Flat surface area, that is top and bottom, two rectangles again with the dimensions LB, so 2 LB is the area of the flat surfaces, top and bottom. Addition of both of them, flat and lateral, you get times LH plus BH plus LB. That's the total surface area of the cuboid. The next shape is a right circular cone, two additional terms, the base radius small r and the height of the cylinder h. Volume, again it's a prism only. Prism का volume area of base into height. Base में we can see a circle. Circle का area pi r square into height which is h. So volume becomes pi r square h. Lateral surface area, or we will call it curved surface area. It's a rectangular sheet when you open up, which has been rolled in the form of a circle. It's a perimeter basically. Perimeter is 2 pi r, rolled along the entire height from top to bottom. Hence, curved surface area becomes 2 pi r h. Flat surface area, two circles, top and bottom, pi r square each. That means 2 pi r square is the flat surface area. Addition of flat and lateral, you will get the total surface area, which will be 2 pi r, r plus h. The next one is a right circular cone, again two terms, h and the base radius r, and then additional third term which is the slant height L. Now if I ask you what this figure looks like, whether it is a prism or a pyramid, clearly you are going to say it's a pyramid because the walls are tapering at the top. So volume of the pyramid, if you remember the generic formula, it was 1/3 into area of base into volume. So area of base is a circle which is pi r square into height which is h into 1/3. So the formula becomes 1/3 into pi r square h. That's the volume of the cone. Surface area, curved surface area or lateral surface area for that matter. If you remember, I had asked you to remember a generic formula specifically for pyramid ka lateral or curved surface area, which was semi perimeter of the base into slant height. So here the base is a circle, circle ka perimeter is circumference which is 2 pi r, but we need the semi perimeter, so it will be pi r into slant height which is L. So hence curved surface area is pi r L. This is the reason behind that. Flat surface area, one flat surface which is a circle which is pi r square, and total surface area sum of both which is pi r into r plus L. Then you can also use Pythagoras theorem here and have this relation h square plus r square is equal to L square. The next one is sphere. It's a solid sphere. So volume will be 4/3 pi r cube. Curved surface area 4 pi r square. There is no flat surface, so curved surface area becomes the total surface area, which is 4 pi r square. The next one is a hemisphere, half of the sphere. Volume will be half of that of the sphere ka volume, which is 2/3 pi r cube. Curved surface area, half of sphere ka curved surface area 2 pi r square. Flat surface, yes, there is a flat surface now, which is a circle in short, which is pi r square, and hence the total surface area becomes 3 pi r square. These two are the solid figures, the hemisphere and the sphere. Okay, one last relationship. If you remember, in case of the figures that are similar, areas are always proportional to square of the linear dimension. We did this property in G2 after doing similarity, that area ka ratio is ratio of the square of the sides. The same properties here. But in 2D figure we consider area. In 3D figures we consider volume, and volume will be proportional to the cube of the linear dimension. So again, using all of this, you will need to prove that the figures are similar. If they are similar, this is something that you can use very blindly and as a simple approach to simplify some of the complicated questions. So folks, that's it as far as three-dimensional figures are concerned. Thank you so much.